This is my Samsung device running stock Android 16. No mods, no custom ROM, just pure AOSP on original hardware. And here's the crazy part. There's no official or even custom ROM of Android 16 available for this model yet. So, how did I do it? On this video, I'll walk you through exactly how I managed to install Android 16 on this Samsung phone. And the best part? You can do this on almost any Samsung phone released after Android 8 Oreo. Yes, whether you're using a mid-range Galaxy A series or a flagship S series. If it's newer than Android 8, you're good to go. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is it buggy? Is it safe? Does it have all of the Android 16 features? I'll answer all these questions, so stay tuned for the rest of the video. This is not your usual Samsung One UI skin. This is pure stock Android 16, straight out of the box. No bloatware, no heavy customization, just a clean, fast, and buttery smooth experience that brings new life to your Samsung device. In fact, it feels just like using a Pixel, and maybe even better with the performance boost I've seen after switching to this version. So that's the intro. Now let's get started. First, I'll explain what GSI is, and then we'll walk through the complete installation process, step by step. GSI, Generic System Image, represents an unmodified version of the Android open source project created by Google. It's engineered to function on any device supporting Project Treble, providing a standardized implementation of Android without manufacturer customizations or proprietary software layers. First, download the Treble Info application from the link provided in the description. Launch the application and check for the confirmation message. Your device reports supporting Project Treble. This verification is crucial. If your device doesn't support Project Treble, you cannot proceed with GSI installation, while I'm using the Samsung A52s for demonstration. This methodology applies to various manufacturers including OnePlus, Samsung, and Xiaomi devices that support Project Treble. My device currently runs Android 14, the latest official release available for this model. An essential prerequisite for GSI installation is an unlocked bootloader. I've created comprehensive guides for unlocking Samsung bootloaders, available in the video description. In this demonstration, my device's bootloader is already unlocked, allowing us to proceed directly to the installation process. Return to the Treble Info application and select System Images. This redirects to a GitHub repository containing various GSI builds. You'll discover multiple options categorized as official or unofficial, spanning different Android versions including 16, 15, 14, and potentially newer releases, depending on when you're viewing this tutorial. While downloading your GSI, prioritize builds with GMS Google Mobile Services integration. Without GMS, your device will lack Google Play Store access and essential Google applications. For this demonstration, I'm downloading the official Android 16 GSI with GMS components. After downloading your preferred GSI, establish a connection between your device and PC to facilitate the transfer. You'll need to reboot into download mode, reboot your device while connecting it to your PC. Simultaneously press both volume buttons during the black screen state to trigger the download mode interface. For this installation procedure, we require several critical components. I'll break down each essential file. First, you'll need a valid VB meta file. Comes bundled with custom recovery packages and is device-specific. If you encounter difficulties locating one for your particular model, I've included a universal blank VB meta in the description that bypasses signature verification. Next, if you're planning on maintaining root access, you'll need the latest Magisk binary. Third, you'll require Odin Flasher tool to inject the custom recovery onto your Samsung device. Additionally, proper Samsung USB drivers are essential for maintaining a stable connection in download mode. Finally, you'll need a TWRP build specifically compiled for your device. Both the GSI and Odin come compressed in archive format, so extract them using your preferred archiving utility before proceeding. All these components can be sourced through various development forums. I've compiled direct links to verified versions in the video description section. The TWRP recovery is particularly crucial. Ensure you select a build specifically compiled for your exact device model and firmware version. Each TWRP build comes with a corresponding VB meta file tailored for that specific device variant. Using mismatched files can result in verification failures or boot loops. Launch the Odin flashing tool and verify proper device detection. You'll observe a blue COM indicator when the handshake between your device and Odin is successfully established. If detection fails, it typically indicates improper driver installation or an incompatible USB connection mode. Install the appropriate Samsung USB drivers from the official developer portal. Within the Odin interface, load the TWRP recovery package into the AP slot by clicking and navigating to your .tar file. Next, load the VB meta file into the user data field. This combination allows us to simultaneously flash both the recovery environment and disable verification. Initiate the flashing procedure by clicking the Start button. Odin will inject both packages and automatically trigger a reboot sequence. This is where timing becomes critical. Immediately, when the screen goes black during the reboot cycle, press and hold volume up plus power until you see the warning screen appear. This key combination interrupts the normal boot sequence and forces the device to load your newly installed custom recovery. Once TWRP initializes, perform a complete data wipe by navigating to the Wipe menu and selecting Format Data. Confirm the operation. This performs a format of the user data partition and removes encryptions. Transfer system file from the extracted GSI archive to your phone's internal storage. On devices with limited internal storage or those experiencing transfer limitations due to the substantial size of GSI file, you have two alternatives. Utilize external USB storage through OTG or temporarily boot the device to operational state, transfer the GSI, then reboot to recovery, ensuring no security locks are configured as this would re-encrypt your data. With the GSI transferred, navigate to the Install section, select Install Image rather than the standard zip installation option. Browse to and select your system, image, GSI file, then carefully specify the target partition as System. Confirm and execute the flashing operation by sliding the confirmation slider. After the flash completes successfully, perform one final data wipe to ensure clean initialization, then reboot your device. Your device will now boot into the newly installed GSI ROM environment with the native Android implementation rather than Samsung's customized One UI. That's it for this video. If you found value in this technical walkthrough, support the channel by subscribing and engaging with the like button. Additional advanced tutorials are forthcoming.